Namaste, Daaji. Welcome to the Being Yoga Festival. It is an honor and a pleasure to have your blessed presence with us. While Daaji needs no introduction, just briefly, he's the global head of the Heartfulness Institute, the president of the SRMC, and right now he is at Kanha Shantivanam, which is the place that I'm going to go to as soon as the lockdown ends, and where everyone else should also go because it's the global headquarters of the SRMC, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful place with the largest meditation hall in the world. So this is the destination post lockdown of a lot of people, I hope. But Daji, we are here at the Being Yoga Festival. We have about 1 million people tuning in to watch. The purpose of this festival is to give. We are raising funds for migrant workers on daily wages across the country. But Daji, I just want to hear from you, and our viewers want to hear, why is it important to give? When sometimes we think we have so less ourselves, why shouldn't I just buy something for myself? Why should I give my money or my time to anyone else? So why is it important to give?
Well, if you don't feel like giving, I wish you don't give. If you squeeze an apple or an orange which is not ripe, it's only going to give you a bitter juice. So I
Yeah.
think you give when your heart prompts you, and when it prompts you, give infinitely. Uh, I, but if your heart says, no, I'm not going to open my pocket, we respect that. We respect that very much. Uh, but if you would feel like giving it, may God be with you and make it happen with whatever you can. Whatever you can. If you're wanting to give but you're unable to give, that's also fine. What you can do at least is pray to God that yes, may these migrant workers find peace, might find assistance from other sources other than myself. But prayer should be the last resort. Huh? Many people say we got to pray, we got to pray, we got to pray. I think we get tired of these words, prayer, 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 prayer. Prayer is only for important people who can do nothing about it. When you can do something about it, why do you want to invoke the help from God? You are capable. Can't you give 10 rupees? Instead of giving 10 rupees, you say, God, please help these migrant workers. Then you're being hypocrite. What else, Era?
Daji, today and the topic of our conversation is how we can bring about positivity, or how we can use this time for positive change. Because every day and it's hard to do that. Every day we're surrounded by negativity. We see the news, it's about coronavirus, there's deaths in Bollywood, back to back. So every day, and the only good news is there's been so many recoveries, but even that is backed by negative news that there's so many more infections. So there's so much negativity around. So first question is, how can we cope with this? And the second question is, what are a few things that we can do to make this change this negative time into a positive time for ourselves and for the world and for our communities?
Well, we cannot ignore the danger when it is lurking just right around you. I cannot just ignore it. If you remain fearless when the tiger is trying to pounce on you, you better be fearful. I would not say be courageous and face this tiger. It's going to kill you. It's right waiting to attack you. So sometimes I do feel that some level of fear is required, I think. If you totally become fearless and say, okay, I am not going to respect this isolation. I'm going to go out and do what I want to do. Like what is happening in Orange County, California.
Yeah.
They are opposing, in a big way, they are opposing the governor's dictum. They are disobeying it. And what happens? The disease will spread faster than you can imagine. Just before this COVID took over Spain, just 5 days before it escalated to the highest level, You know what did they do? More than 100,000 people had gathered, partying, despite the government's warning, please don't do that. Even in India, we have seen some religious groups, be it Hindu or be it Muslim or be it Christianity, they do get together. Many churches in the United States, they are disrespecting and disobeying this aggregation, segregation, and isolation part of it. What happens as a result? The disease will spread faster than you can even handle it. And COVID, we don't know this animal as yet.
Yeah.
It is such a virus, we don't know whether you'll develop immunity or not. To explain a bit, what is happening with the AIDS virus, HIV virus. Though it's been in the field, I would say, as long as I remember, sometimes late 70s or early 80s it started. And scientists been working on trying to find the vaccine. They're yet to find a vaccine. They can't find vaccine, number one. Number two, you can't find its antibodies also that you can donate to someone. And here we are already talking of vaccine. We are talking of antibodies to develop so that you can donate to somebody who is really sick. We don't even know whether hydroxychloroquine is working or not. Well, we are just trying to scratch the surface of the whole thing. And when the enemy is so unknown, invisible, unpredictable, not knowing its consequences, you better stay put. If Modi ji says this isolation is up to 17th of May, okay. It's a wiser step. I would even extend it by a few more weeks. On my own personal initiative. If you have to go to work, but be very careful. Take all the precautions. Wear the mask, do your personal hygiene, washing your hands, don't touch, do namaste from a distance. All those principles can be applied, and you will not feel sorry once you maintain this social distancing. What to do, that is my favorite topic, you see, because we hear a lot of problems. You can understand the problems when you discuss with so many people. I am for the solution. How to solve this riddle? First, I have to accept that there is an enemy. I cannot say God will help it. I cannot say prayers will take care of it. Of course, God and prayers, they would help us with maintaining our positive attitude. I have to do something about it. I have to take medicine. I have to, protect myself around. And when I'm not doing anything, when I'm not going outside into danger zones, as they say, I stay home. This is, as one of my friends was telling me, it's a stress test. Staying home with all your loved ones. You are really trying your test of love. Are you really loving the company so much that you are looking for it? Imagine those days when you're working so hard and we're wishing, oh, I wish I was at home, isn't it? I wish I was at home. I need to spend time with my family. Well, here it is. Enjoy it. Also, sometimes when people say you got to meditate, you got to do some yogas, you got to clean up your closet, you got to clean this, you got to clean that, you got to straighten up certain things, develop some good habits, reading a book. Well, this is a great opportunity. So, those who like to do asanas, go for it. Those who like to explore pranayama, go for it. Those who like to meditate and don't feel shy in telling the world that you're meditating, enjoy it. Whatsoever you do, whatsoever you've been hiding in your heart that, oh, I don't have time and I can't do it, this is the opportunity. Do what you like the most.
Do what you like the most. Ajin, this is a beautiful time to segue into a conversation that I wanted to have about meditation. You know, we've been talking a lot about meditation with BK Shivani ji and Sadhvi ji, but I want to delve we've been talking about it, but with you, I would like to actually do the meditation and talk about a practical way of doing it for all of our listeners who may um, who may not have meditated, or for those who have meditated but they've left the practice, because that also happens very, very commonly. You begin meditation with a lot of gusto, and then you fall off the bandwagon very quickly. So, Raji, I would just want to talk a little bit about the Sahaj Marg system of meditation in brief. And then also after that, I would like to understand how meditation in the virtual space works. You know, now everything is happening virtually. Yoga is happening virtually. Yoga festivals are happening virtually. Even weddings are happening virtually now on Zoom. You know, Zoom weddings, anniversaries, birthdays. So when we meditate virtually, are we
Yes.
still really connecting? You know, is there something, or is it all just digital? You know, is a reality missing? So these are the two questions. A little brief about the Sahaj Marg system of meditation, which is incredibly powerful. I myself practice this, and then go on to meditation in the digital world.
Well, one has to know what makes such meditation so powerful. And before I get into this, trying to answer what is the difference between the meditation done in person with a trainer
Yeah.
and virtual meditation. Imagine a moment that you are rubbing shoulders with Lord Krishna, that he's standing beside you, he's sitting with you, and you are touching him the way Arjuna did, the way Duryodhana also did. They were friends, they grew up together. So being in person's immediate company or company of a great personality, how many can take advantage of? So matter of taking advantage of a person or virtual thing, it depends on you altogether. How open-hearted you are in trying out something. You know, most adults don't learn new things. Children learn new things very fast. Some children, they pick up five, six languages before they are 6 years of age, especially in Europe. And here, at certain age, you try to learn, even at the age of 20 or 25, you won't be able to master the language the way a child is able to do it because of the innocence. It doesn't find or recognize that this is a new learning. To a child, everything is a new learning. It's like a sponge trying to absorb things. Problem with us, the adults, we have the arrogance and ego. Why do I need to learn this anyway? Why do I need German? Why do I need to learn how to sing? I can always tune into Lata Mangeshkar or Bhimsen Joshi, isn't it? So, and when it comes to meditation, people think it's for weaklings, it's for people who are so weak in their minds and they are so depressed and mentally sick. And some smart ones, in order to avoid meditation, they say, oh, it's for the old age. But remember, in old age, you can't even lift your grandchild, let alone sit comfortably the way Ira is sitting right now. You won't be able to sit comfortably. You will say, oh, please, honey, help my back. I'm just support my back while I'm meditating. You won't be able to meditate. So best is when you are young, when you're innocent, start it as soon as you can. There are meditations and there are meditations. Whatsoever you do, continue with it. But keep your mind open. I always try various sorts of practices. I tried almost 101 offered by Bhagavan Sri Osho. I loved his dynamism. But then one has to zoom, narrow it down to what you like the most. And after many trials and errors, I have come to this final conclusion that a practice which is supported by pranahuti or yogic transmission can take you deeper into your consciousness. And here, don't trust me on this. You experiment and see. You must have meditated so many, especially I'm speaking to audience, that you must have meditated through various techniques. Just try one more and see what happens. You don't have to go to any guru's ashrams to try this one out. You can try it from your own bedroom, comfort of your bedroom or your living room. You don't have to be afraid of a guru. You know, some Asharam Bapus are lurking or some Ram Rahim is lurking on you. Yet you are in your own safe heaven. And this transmission will reach out wherever you are. And it's not a matter of belief. Right, just close your eyes, be receptive, that's all. If you like, I can walk you through this meditation and I can transmit from here where I am, and you will be able to experience it and see the result after 10 minutes only. We have 10 minutes time, Ira?
Yes, yes, we have it. Yeah,
So I suggest we meditate for 10 minutes.
yes, let's do this.
Okay. And you have any question before we begin? Any more?
Um, Taji, just one last question I had was about, we're meditating virtually, attending all sorts of things virtually. Is this what the new normal is going to look like? And is there anything wrong with this?
Not at all. I wish it becomes a new normal for meditations. That, as I
Yeah?
was saying
Okay.
earlier, that you don't have to run around. You can go
Yeah.
outside for other things, but something like so profound, something so divine. You don't have to run from gurus to gurus. You know, oh, I need peace, I need solace, I need. It's in you, it's in your heart.
Excellent. So stay at home,
Tap into that.
stay with yourself, and use digital resources to connect within, right? This is sort of
Yeah.
the
And
the
if you
message
if you
in
there
in
are
brief.
many players who say I would pay for peace, or I would pay for God realization. No, no, no. This is wrong. And if people make yoga as a udyog, yoga udyog means money making machinery through yoga,
Yeah.
then stay away from it. It's okay when you are teaching someone asanas, where you are spending a lot of your time and you are actually physically training the other person. I'm not commenting on those people. It is okay because that is your livelihood. But when it comes to finer aspects like dhyan, meditation, where you are actually making people experience divinity in their heart and you charge for that, that will not be right. It's like selling spirituality,
No,
selling God,
absolutely.
like selling moon or a Jupiter for $1 million.
It's like selling clean air, which is going to start happening. Fresh air, buy it. But so, but Daji, I think this is the time to meditate. Let's do this.
All right, my dear. So everyone, those who like to join us and meditate, just keep your hearts open, be receptive, try to relax every part of your body to start with first. Once you have relaxed yourself a bit, focus on your heart. Pay your attention that my heart is filled with divine presence of love and it's attracting my attention inward. I'll do the work from here. I'll be transmitting and you will be able to experience something. So let's meditate. If you do get thoughts, it's okay. Don't fight with them. Just remind yourself that I am meditating at the moment. We'll keep this idea for another 10 minutes. That's all. Open your eyes. Generally, we meditate for at least 20 minutes to half an hour. Just a zalak, a glimpse of it.
That was wonderful, Daji, but you have rendered me speechless and into a place of bliss. So now I don't feel like talking anymore. But
No, no, no,
we're
no,
going to
please. Your marathon should continue.
no, we've, we've stopped the marathon now, but this has been my favorite part of the marathon because sometimes um, you don't have to listen, you just have to experience, and that's enough. And I think you made us realize that it's not just about watching and listening, but it's about sitting quietly, and that can just be as powerful. Um, so Daji, thank you for your time. Um, we probably have a
Thank
lot
you.
of questions, but I feel like people should just sit quietly and the answers will come,
I
especially
agree
after
with
this
you.
beautiful, especially after this beautiful practice. Daji, thank you once
Thank you.
again for taking out the time for being with us, and apologies for keeping you waiting. I really did not intend for that to happen, but there's always some new technology fixes happening. But thank you again for your
It's
blessings, for your transmissions, and for giving many people today who may not have meditated before and who may have tried but gotten derailed to come back to their practice. And as Daji has said, let's take this opportunity, to be at home, to be careful, and to use this time for doing something that we've been hiding inside of ourselves, whatever that is. And meditation, it's a beautiful time to start meditation. And all you really need is a internet connection and a speaker and just your own self, not even that. And you can experience this beautiful practice of pranahuti yogic transmission that Daji just made us all experience.
either for those who really like to donate, how can they donate? Do you have some information on the
Oh,
screen
yeah.
scrolling?
Thank you. Thank you.
So
That's a good point.
that will,
We do, yes. Thank you. We do have a
otherwise,
fundraiser at the bottom of the screen. Yes, you're right. That's a good point. There's a
I
fundraiser
don't
button at the
see it.
bottom of the. Oh, it's on Facebook. It's actually on our page, at the Era
oh, I
Yoga
see.
Wellness
Okay.
page. It's on our page. So
Okay.
if you're on the Heartfulness page, you can come onto the Era Yoga Wellness page, or you can go to the website, the Being
Thank you.
yogafestival.org, and you can make donations via the website. Thank you, Daji, for mentioning that because those from the Heartfulness
Please
pages
donate.
and
Donate like
the,
never before. And
thank
if you
you,
don't feel
thank
like
you.
and you are still unripe orange, don't squeeze yourself. Donate,
Yes,
donate, donate,
absolutely.
please.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Daji. And if you can donate, and even donating time is a good thing, and as you said, prayer, a prayer is a minimum that all of us can do, and that in itself has a lot of power. So if you're an unripe orange, just say a prayer. Thank you, Daji. Thank you once again for joining us and giving us your valuable time. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Daji.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.